Hi, Tom Romero with Sequent Performance Products. Today we're going to install the Reese Elite fifth wheel and gooseneck hitch into this 2011 Ford Super Duty. Okay, let's prepare for the installation of the Reese Elite Series rail kit and optional gooseneck. To ensure a quick quality installation, check all the parts against the parts list with the included instructions. This will also help to familiarize yourself with the parts in the kit. Just a reminder, use only Sequent Performance Products supplied nuts, bolts, washers to install this kit. All bolts and nuts are grade 8 unless specified otherwise. Okay, once you've completed your parts check, then make sure you have all the necessary tools ready for the install. Next, we will measure and mark where to drill our 1/8 inch pilot holes into the truck bed where the Reese Elite fifth wheel pucks will fit into the underbed mounting rail system. You will notice in the middle of the truck bed there is a depression. This is for the optional Reese Elite pop-in gooseneck ball. We will first measure 46 3/8 inch from the rear of the truck bed to the center of the gooseneck depression. Then we will measure side to side in the truck bed to find center of the gooseneck depression. From the gooseneck center, we will measure 15 inches over to the left and then 15 inches to the right and draw a straight line. After drawing, we will measure from the rear of the truck bed 39 1/16 inch to mark the rear puck hole center, and then 52 1/16 inch to mark the forward puck hole center. We will do this for both sides of the truck bed to locate all 4 puck hole centers. Once that is complete, we will check our measurements by measuring diagonally to see that our marks are square to each other. Remember, before drilling, check underneath the truck bed to make sure there are no obstructions. Okay, we're now ready to drill our 1/8 inch pilot holes. Coming soon, Ford will pre-dimple the truck bed from the factory. This will eliminate the need for measuring. Next, we will use our 2 3/4 inch hole saw to drill our 4 puck holes at the 1/8 inch pilot hole locations. With the T50 Torx bit that is supplied, we will remove the 4 passenger side bed bolts and then loosen the 4 driver side bed bolts. We will then lift the passenger side of the truck bed and insert wood blocks. This will provide us with clearance required to insert the rails. Be careful of the fuel fill line and wiring when lifting the bed. Next, the base rails will be inserted above the rear wheels on the passenger side. There are 2 hat channels supporting the truck bed over the rear wheel. With the flat side of the rail up, insert the first rail from the passenger side rear wheel well above the frame. Rest the rail on both chassis frame rails, parallel to the axle and as close as possible in front of the rear hat channel. Insert the second rail parallel to the axle and as close as possible to the forward hat channel. Once placed, the rails should be facing inward with the Reese Elite gooseneck mounting tabs facing each other. After that, we're going to lower the truck bed, align the bed bolts, and truck bed holes over the underbed rails. Loosely attach the frame brackets to the mounting rails using the 5/8 bolts and conical washer below the rail and the conical washer inside the rail with the 5/8 inch nut, and hand tighten all mounting bolt kits. We will now attach each frame bracket loosely to the existing holes in the vehicle frame using the M14 bolts, washers, and nuts. No drilling on this truck frame is required for the Reese Elite frame brackets for this 2011 Ford Super Duty application. That really helps to speed up the installation. From the truck bed, we will attach the pucks and the trim rings to the rails using the 5/8 inch button head screw and lock washer, using a 3/8 inch Allen socket to tighten the 4 pucks to 110 foot-pounds of torque. Now we are ready to fit our pre-assembled Reese 18K Select fifth wheel slider hitch into the rail kit and secure in place. With the Reese 18K slider fitting easily into the puck mounts, we are now ready to go ahead and tighten all the hardware to final torque specifications. We will first torque all 5/8 rail kit hex bolts to 150 foot-pounds. Then we will torque all the frame bracket M14 bolts to 140 foot-pounds. After that, we will torque the bed bolts to 75 foot-pounds. The Reese 18K slider is working and ready. With the Reese 18K slider hitch removed from the truck bed, we have full use of the truck bed without any interference. Dust covers are provided for the puck holes to keep dirt out. Okay, with the Reese Elite underbed mounting rail already installed for the fifth wheel, we will now go ahead and install the Reese Elite Gooseneck Hitch. First, we will measure from the rear of the truck bed forward 46 3/8 inches to the depression in the center of the truck bed. Then we will find the center of the bed by measuring between the fender wells. Next, we will drill an 1/8 inch pilot hole. After drilling the 1/8 inch pilot hole, we will now go ahead and drill the 3.5 inch hole. We are now ready to slide the 4 3/4 inch carriage bolts into place through the openings in the rail kit. Next, lift the gooseneck center section up around the bolts and then place a washer and nut on each of the bolts and loosely hand tighten. Next, we will center the gooseneck collar in the 3.5 inch hole that was cut. Once the top of the gooseneck receiver tube is center adjusted in the hole, then we will tighten the hardware to a torque of 180 foot-pounds. Notice how easy the Reese Elite pop-in ball inserts into the hitch receiver, and also how easy the safety chain loops lock into place. When the pop-in ball is removed, you can insert the dust cover to keep dirt out. That wraps up our Reese Elite fifth wheel hitch and gooseneck install. Thanks for watching.